Talk about the beginnings, man. Like, what was your first time smoking weed?
I think the first time I smoked was in Arizona when I was growing up in Arizona. I was back and forth from SF to Arizona, and my boys, all my homeboys, bigger brothers, were like selling bud, and it was like Mexican brick weed and shit like that. So they rolled one up, and we tried to go get papers at the Walgreens, and no one would buy it for us. So we ended up just using a Walgreens receipt, and we smoked it. And I was like, I don't feel it. Roll another one. You know what I mean? So first time I smoked bud was in Arizona. When I came back to visit my pops in Frisco, I seen what weed was really supposed to look like. At a very young age, obviously brought it back to Arizona with me to show off at school, learned the power of having something that other people just can't get their hands on. Like that shit turned me on big time. I was like, oh shit, this California weed shit right here. Oh my God. Like, I think back then it was, that
was early.
It was like mango. Yeah, that was pre train wreck and Romulan days. That was like, it was like a mango and just some fire ass, like big bud skunk, like some Salmon Creek big bud skunk. I think my boy is getting like, it was just bomb ass loud California weed. And like being
what they call it in the Bay? Cause like LA, you hear chronic a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, back then it was like, they were calling it like light green, kind bud. You know what I mean? Kind bud was like a big one. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was like when you walk up and down Hayes Street, they put the nugs on their forehead, like buds, kind bud. Wow,
that's dope.
LG, light green, bomb, of course. You know what I mean? I got some bomb. That's what I was calling. Yeah. When I go down to Arizona, but I got some bomb. I got bomb with me. It was tough to explain to kids that were getting $20 ounces. You got to pay $20 for a gram. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Until they tasted it. And then it was a wrap.
Yeah, because there the Reggie had to be super cheap there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you rolled a fucking doink. Holy shit.
Yeah. If you don't know,
rolled a doink.
This dude smokes. And I mean really smokes. And that's one of the topics
Big
that
Burn's
comes up.
definitely smoking. He just showed us some crazy rosin for sure.
Yeah, fire hash. I just got into the hash after chemo. Like, I was smoking so many joints every day. It just got so repetitive, and my boy fired up some hash, and I smelled it. I was like, you know what? Because I was scarred by a hot dab. For everyone watching that's offered me dabs, I'm like, I'm cool. Yeah. I was one of those victims, early victims of a hot dab. I was like, I'm cool off that shit. I'm cool. It wasn't like smoking hash back in the hemp center days where you would just, smoke it off the charcoal or you would put it in the J. It was like hot dab, BHO, turn me off. But
can't breathe for
after chemo,
straight.
I wanted, a little something different, and the hash been doing me good lately.
Nice rosin. Like, I mean, those flavors are insane.
Yeah. It's different these days. Yeah, like the what they're into now, the way in donuts and the way it burns. I mean, dude.
So you go back to AZ. Your first time smoking was Reggie, and then you got the bomb out in the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
How did it go from there? Were you still living in AZ coming up, or?
I was back and forth all the way up until like my senior year when I moved back to the Bay. But, I think just like a lot of other people on their show, I was just selling weed to get high for free at first.
Yep.
But the difference was like moving from San Francisco to Arizona, the stereotypes of like being from San Francisco, as you can imagine, which is funny until I brought that weed. And then when I brought that weed, I was like, I told y'all where I'm from is dope. I try to tell y'all, I turn people onto the music, the bud, the culture of the Bay Area. And so, during that time, it was just cool to be able to rep that. You know what I mean? Like, it was more about repping where I was from, because when I came to Arizona, everyone's like, San Francisco, they think Full House, Rice Aroni, other things, So like, yeah, San Francisco is a pretty wild place. So when I found that bud in the Bay and was able to bring it back, it was big. When I moved back, I started working in the medical days hella early, like right when I turned 18. Yeah. I got a job.
So you moved back to the Bay, and then started going in the Bay with
with the hemp center.
Is this 215?
Yeah, 215. Yeah. When I was 18, I don't remember the years because I'm really bad at math. But when I was 18, I started going to a dispensary. First thing I did, first day I turned 18, I got my my medical card. I started going to the dispensary and trying to film a documentary. And after like going in there every day for a couple of weeks, I was working at like Tully's coffee shop at the time, and I was bar backing at a bar. The lady hired me. She was like, "Yo, you want to work here? Because you come here every day, and I think you like more than just shooting this documentary." I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to work here." So I started working there at 18 years old and started learning the game super early on the medical side of things.